Hey guys, it's Matt. Sorry about not doing an update in a while. Some problems came up with how I was uploading videos before. So I got a new camera and let's see how this goes. So the last update that I had was in the big city. Now, the only thing that you cannot see is because I have all of these set for my lighting to go on the lower level of this as well as the lower level of this part. So we will walk around. Last time I think I left off at the Del Monte plant, and so we continue around. We put a new little city in, you know, the little more of like a little suburb of the big city. Then coming around, what we have, move that so you can see, I have a yard over there, and so that main line continues and goes right back there. But what I also have is a double crossover so that it can take this line, and that's the one that will go through and go straight down the street and through the back of the city. And that one also wraps around to come to here and comes out of the yard and connects into the two main lines here. Coming down, I have another little industrial area with a little passenger station. Then coming into this area of the city, I have a hospital. I also have a bunch of little 3D printed ambulances that are need to get painted up and put on as if, you know, a couple of them are dropping off and leaving and coming in. And I've got the city area building that's under demolishment. And then on this side I have my oil refinery, which the operations for this will be, you've got the switcher right there. He'll come down this line, come in and put 3 and 3, and in the center will be a fueling rack to load them. Then they will come out, go across the switch there, and go into the holding yard where a train can come pick them up and take them to where they need to go. So then there's two main lines continue. Move that for right now so you can see this. I've got a crossover here, which leads into the yard main. So this is the yard lead right here, and the two main lines. I've got a engine facility shop. I still have to put all the tracks need to be put in for this, but that'll be done pretty soon. And then this is my other Milwaukee Road yard. So you can see I've got a turntable that'll go to the 6 stalls there. The diesel, that's the powerhouse. Then that's just another engine shop, and I'm just gonna have some engines that, you know, like this one, it's just torn apart, so it's just kind of sitting out there. You know, it's more of a heavy duty, you know, redo shop than you know, just your regular, you know, one like that, which would just be just your regular maintenance. Right here I've got a couple of engines that are gonna be, you know, these are gonna be like the ready tracks. Then the yard, we got a yard office right there. And coming in, because, you know, there's gonna be a backboard across here, so coming in here is just gonna be a road which will service this building right here, which is just a you know, truck repair shop. And then on this side is going to be a car repair shop. But then I've got the maintenance away, which is going to have a small shed right there. The oil tanks. And then this track right here continues and goes onto the transfer table. And I had these custom made. It's not done yet. I just mocked them up just so that I could see where the track alignments were. But they're the Walther's back shop, and then I had a buddy who lives over in Hungary. He does a lot of these buildings, so he laser printed all these fronts for me. I've got all the brickwork for it that matches the Walther's kit, so that'll be done soon. I don't know when, but it'll take a while. Then I've got one track that continues on and goes into the car restoration area, which I'll have a couple of specialty passenger cars sitting there. Might have the 261, but we'll just see which one, what all looks good. Then I've got the coaling tower, and I elevated the track so that way it matched up with the tower. So I've got two cars that are ready to go in, one that's empty. And you can see the yard right there. This track is not nailed in, but this is going to be the caboose track. So I'm just going to have all the cabooses sitting right there. Then I've got my car repair shop right here. And that goes into the 30 stall roundhouse that I have. So I've got that sitting. Now, coming down from this way, you've got the two main lines, which are right here. This one is a arrival departure and turns into your third main line. It's more of your arrival departure. It was supposed to be the third line, but it didn't actually fit in. So you just have your two main lines and another arrival departure. So then these come, they come into these two right here. And then you've got the two main lines. It splits now into three. And then those three continue and we'll go across this bridge right here to the other side. And I'm going to have I have another buddy who works in Chicago. He works at Tower A2 for Metro, so that's the tower that I'm going to have printed for right here, so that way, kind of, it's going to be his tower, so it would be kind of cool to have that. Then, like I was showing you before, this line comes into this small yard, which the way that this is set up, this is my buddy's, it's his personal railroad. He freelances this one. What I'm doing is, the way that this is set up is this main line continues and meets up and connects to his home layout. So I can bring in, things into my yard and send them off to his house. He can, send them off to me and put them in the yard. And then, that way we kind of have off of each other's layout running ops. Then coming back off of this one, we have another main / branch line service. You have one industry here, but then this just goes to a dead end. Another off the layout area. So that's what I've gotten done on this area. Now I'm going to show you the next peninsula. Sorry about the fast movement. So, coming around here, there's where the helix will be. Coming right here, you've got the another grain elevator. Right here is going to be just another transfer yard, or another main coming into the yard over here. And so you've got the Wisconsin Central yard. You've got the 6-stall roundhouse. You've got a turntable under here. I haven't finished building it yet, but that'll go there. And so you've got the yard, the engine shops, or the all the engines that sit there, the car shops, which are right there, and then that's just the maintenance away stuff that will be sitting there. So I'll have a couple of plows and the crane there. You've got a bypass track or arrival departure track, whichever one is needed. Then as you come across here, this bridge is actually going to be replaced with 4 of these bridges. I just like how these look, and plus this is actually going to be a freeway underneath, so I think that'll look a little bit cooler, as you see the trains pass like that. instead of through the bridge. So from there, you have a concrete plant, which this building was custom built for me by Vinny. So thank you, Vinny. Coming along here, I've got a couple other buildings ready to be constructed for another yard. But as I come along this way, you have one of my get the trash out of there. One of my logging facilities, or one of the lumber facilities, I should say. And this will have a river through here, and then on this side, it'll be a road that kind of like snakes up and comes up to here for the trucks. So I just wanted to have kind of a long bridge and kind of a lot of little action going on right there. Then comes into a small little city right here. And then, a couple other industries. We've got the AutoZone distribution center. And again, all these cars that are sitting there all have the, sorry about that. Like I said, new camera, still learning. I guess that's as close as I can get. Right there. They are all the CNE, which is my buddy's layout. So those cars will continue on to the CNE yard and continue on to his house. Then right here I've got the Sunkist plant, which is also the where I have all my Tropicana cars. So it's just a neat little industry. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do all of that, but it's just kind of neat to have. It's a different thing. The crossover, and then that goes all into the city. Now for the lower level, what I'm going to do is come back over here. So I've showed you all of this. So I'll just recap. I've got the port over there, the auto cars here, the intermodal facility, the power plant, and this is one of the new buildings that I just got in for my buddy Ron, who just built this for me. It's a beautiful kit, great job. Love the craftsmanship that he did on it. That's just a feed mill, and so then that crosses over, and you've got a small little city right here. This goes into the Wisconsin Southern yard. Sorry, I apologize about sniffling. I'm just getting over a little cold. And for people who are familiar with Wisconsin Southern, they really pride themselves on their paint shop. So that's my little nod to their paint shop. I'm going to put letters up on top, saying it's the paint shop, Wisconsin Southern, and I also have one of their specialty cars coming out as if it just got painted. So then coming along, I've got a farm. Now for the lighting that I have, all of these are just LED 3-foot shop lights from Home Depot, and I just have them plugged up. I ended up running electrical wire to different outlets along the area for them to plug in, and then that's all connected to my switch. So when I turn on the power for the layout, all the lights turn on, so that way I don't have to worry about doing them individually. So coming around here, this is going to be the viaduct, which is right there, is going to sit in this spot. So this will probably go down about like right here. So it'll be a good little good little display. Then another city or a town, whatever you want to call it. I've got the pulpwood. That ship is not going to be there. Then this is going to be kind of like how the Wisconsin River looks. So that'll be going through here with, the rocks on either side. And then coming up right here, all of this is going to be kind of built up mountainous with this bridge going across. Somewhere I'm going to have my abandoned house sitting, and then also my cabin sitting up there. Sorry about that. And then over here, we got another little town. I've got one more building that needs to get built, but then I've got a couple other industries. And like as you can see with this one, it's not connected, so it's going to be very grunged up, overgrown, and it's just going to have. I don't think I'm going to have this car, but I'm going to have a car sitting on it as if it's just a cane, because they didn't know what to do with it. So coming around, I got another small little city area. And this comes into the Union Pacific yard. And the way that this is set up, so you've got two lines. The one right here is one of the mains, and then that's the Union Pacific main. So they cross right there, and then the Union Pacific comes across through the city and connects in over there, while the other one continues. I apologize about the wood. And kind of goes off, disappears, and then comes around. We've got another grain elevator. The main comes in through the back. And now this is my Milwaukee, Racine, and Troy yard. And so, that's one of the buildings that I have to build, the engine shop right there. And so then that's the yard. I'm going to have a yard office building here. Small little city along the edge. These planes are not going to be here. They're something I had acquired for my airport, but they don't fit the era and just didn't really like it, so I replaced them. So I've got my engine pocket right there, then a transfer area. Now this track, it's not secured because it's going to have static grass growing in between all the tracks as it goes down, going to the junkyard right here. So it's going to be a very low maintenance, yard that, or line that, just doesn't see a lot of action, so they don't really want to spend the money on maintaining it. Then we come into the airport. Now, I have this airplane. It's the Southwest airplane, and I only have it because my brother travels a lot, and he travels on Southwest, so that's kind of my nod to him. I also have these two smaller jets that they're more of the private ones that I can have sitting off there. I have two of the fire crash trucks, and now this airport is also my it's also my Air Force Base. So this is all Seward Air Force Base and Seward Airport, and that's after my best friend Sam. He was in the Air Force for quite a while, so that's why I decided to do that. I've got two of the Microtrains Department of Defense tankers to fill up the fuel tanks there. Got a couple F-15s. And then I've got the air refueler right here. And then I've got some Hummers that are 3D printed that I'm going to paint up. I've got the tanker right there. I'll have the hose coming out of the ground into there and then into the, plane itself like they do. I'm going to have a small hangar here. And yes, that's a UFO, just a little funny thing to have inside. And then this is the base itself. Then I'm going to have a river through here. I still have to put up a couple more outlets for all my lighting. So one of the biggest changes that I had to do was I had to make this a loop track instead of going through the wall, because the wife decided that after I put the first hole in the wall, that was too many holes in the wall. So through her not really telling me what to do, I kind of figured that she doesn't want the other hole. So we're not doing that. So now this is just a loop track. So it's going to come back on itself. I have to build one more of these bridges for right here. This is going to be another river. And then it comes around. Again, all these are going to have backdrops, so you're not going to see the other side. I've got a rock quarry right here, which is just going to be, just the filling area. It's not going to be, I'm not going to, build the actual quarry. But I've got two MP15s. Right now they're CSX. They're going to get repainted or patched out. So I've got the two of them sitting right there. I just didn't put the shells back on because they are a bear to get on and off. So I got a 3D printed combine that's going to be in the fields right there. I've got one farm scene right here. Got what would be like a county road right here, and then another farm on the other side. And so from the from the one main line, I then have a passing line, which comes across, goes across the county road, past the farms. I have a small little grain elevator, which will be one car served. Then it comes down back into the one main line to another little town, and then off right here I'm going to have some homes, and then from there back is going to be all the farm. And on this side I'm going to have a strip mall with a parking lot right here, the road coming across, as well as another railroad. I don't know which line this will be, but another one that I've got a couple other friends who do personal layouts that I'm thinking about making it their line. It's not going to be an operational line. It's just showing that it goes across mine and could somewhere connect. Then this is just a little team track. This will continue off. This will be all farm field, and right here, from here to here, is going to be a youth football field, and I'm going to have some goalposts in 3D prints right there and there. Small little parking lot, and then farm field on that side, and farm field from here on. And coming around this side now, just the one track. I still have to fill in all the gaps, but that'll come with, in a little bit. So then the track right here, what it does is it splits. The main continues, goes across the bridge there, through the city, and across, and through that bridge over there back to the other side. So from here, you've got what would be considered another main line that would continue. I'm going to have another river right here. It's going to continue. It's going to work this feed mill. And so as you come down, you've got the main line, a passing siding, and then all the tracks for the feed mill coming through. And as I move this out of the way, I can show you the main line that comes through there, and then the building right there. One of my other buddies, again, whose name's Sam, he does his own brewery, so that's going to be his brewery company. And so you've got the shed right there, which will either fill up the tankers or drop off all the material that's needed. So that's what's going to go there. I'm going to have a road come across and go through downtown. So I'll move this building once more. You've got the station back there, and then the road will kind of just go down there. I've got Patrick Cudahy meat packing all right there. I had those decals all custom made for me. For people who are in Milwaukee, they know Patrick Cudahy, so it's something I grew up with, so I wanted to include that. And then from there, that's what continues on to the other side to connect back in. But coming through here, once you've come down, again, you've got the main line right here. The main line continues, goes just into the wall and off to the layout, and off the layout to another layout. Again, I've got a couple of buddies who have home layouts that we're going to connect to, so we just have to figure out where they will. This is just just a small little industry, and then coming off of this, coming around here, comes into my it's an automotive shop, and what it's called is Bradford Automotive, after one of my buddies, John, who we laugh at it because it's been a while, so it's okay to laugh at it, but his truck was stolen, so it was right when I was making this building. So the story behind this is the plant that made his truck that got stolen, and so I'm gonna have just some cars sitting off there as if they were just made, but just kind of a funny little thing with that. These are going to be either auto racks or auto part cars because of the auto parts going there. So that's how I have that set up. But other than that, that's pretty much all that I've gotten done. Again, on this side, you can see I've got the lights hooked up over there. And then again, on that side, I have half the lights on this side done, but all the lights on the Wisconsin Southern Yard side done. So that's all that I've got. So I hope that you like this. Sorry for it being so long for an update. I'm going to try to get this done a little bit faster now that I have a new camera. And I'm also waiting on to figure out what type of editing program to use, because I used to do it all on my iPhone. But now that I'm doing it on the computer, I don't know how to edit it, so that's why I'm just flipping the camera around right now. So with that being said, hope that you like this, and I hope that everyone has a good happy holidays, and if I don't get another update done by the end of the year, we will see everyone in 2020. So have a good time.